Welcome to this special edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, and joining me today is Big Killer Salvador Sanchez. Killer, what's going on?
I don't want to be here, Mike. That's what's going on.
Well, you're here, and I'm telling you what, you're here, and you're going to see some great fights. This is a special edition of the Ultimate Combat because we're going to be taking fights off the cutting room floor. Some of the fights that didn't quite make it to air because of time constraints or technical difficulties or whatever, we're going to put them on tonight. One of the fights you're going to see is Rico Rodriguez's younger brother getting into the cage at the East Center. It's going to be an exciting fight.
It's his first fight, isn't it?
It's his first fight. He's going to try to fill the shoes of his older brother, but your main event, you got to stick around for that. We're at Fort Douglas for this one in the Army installation. Drew Daniels and Vadin Komarov. Good-looking kid, going to be a great fight.
That's one mad Russian right there, Mike. I'm telling you that right now.
No, he's mad, and he wants to come in here and make a name for himself. You want to stick around for that one. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
My personal favorite fighter in this show, Levi Roberts, man. The kid has got more heart than 10 guys ought to have. Who's he fighting tonight?
He's fighting Gabe Francis, and you know, Gabe Francis, he's independent, but he's got tricks up his sleeve. I've seen this guy working out. He doesn't necessarily have a gym, but he's just one tough individual.
Well, and he's showing in his last few fights, his ground is really getting pretty solid as well as his stand-up. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. Lightweight, no holds barred. Check it out. If there were ever two guys destined to fight one another, Gabe Francis and Levi Roberts, man. Physically, they're about identical. Their fight style, identical, Sal. These guys look like they're just going to be like looking in the mirror at one another and throwing it down. Didn't I just say that? Wow, that's weird. All right, 6 foot tall, 169. He's the animal, is Gabe Francis. And Levi Roberts coming in sporting the wife beater suntan. Hey, one of my favorite guys in this fight game, giving a little praise to Jesus right there. 5'11", 165, and very religious guy. Says, you know, Jesus has led him to the fight game, and this is his way to spread the word, as he says. He does mean business, and I'm personally excited about this fight because regardless of who wins, I'm telling you, there's going to be some firecrackers going off right now. Touch of the gloves, and Levi Roberts comes out firing away, and look at those shots to the body, digging in deep. Oh, this is where Levi does not want to be, though. Gabe Francis has a very dangerous guard, and Levi lands right in it, and you see right there, Gabe Francis immediately going to some type of submission, trying to climb up the body, and I don't even want to read that book. Levi Roberts, so I'll tell you, you know, standing up and carrying your opponent around like that, that'll take a little bit out of you. He set up the cage twice today. We did a charity function during the day. Levi Roberts set it up, tore it down, came here, set it up again, and now he's in a fist fight. This kid is the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm telling you, he's more man than all of us right there. Gabe Francis, though, winding up in a very good position. And, you know, Levi, you can only do so much, and you're in a bad spot right now and taking some heavy shots. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, don't ever count Levi Roberts out. Look at that guy. He just spins out of that move and finds himself once again in a bad spot, though, in the guard of Gabe Francis. Gabe trying to throw a triangle choke on there. Had one too many arms in the equation, but now he's fixed that, and that's on tight there, Sal. That one's on tight. Well, I'll tell you, Levi will fight you until he's dead. You got to kill him to stop him, and Levi still trying to fight his way out of this. I'm not sure he can weather the storm, though. This thing is just cinching up tighter and tighter as time goes by. Yeah, well, you know, look at him, though. There's no quit in this Levi Roberts. He's still trying to fight out of it, and Gabe Francis doing all he can to cinch this thing down. Finds himself, well, Levi might have just dodged a bullet there. Levi Roberts getting out of the spot there, but he's still in a little bit of trouble. But, wow, a moment ago we just counted him out. Levi Roberts fighting his way through it, and Levi taking some big shots to the head, but he's got to feel good about what just happened in the last couple minutes. Levi is like, he's saying, you know, hit me with those elbows. That you call those elbows, man? Hit me harder. What do you got? Is that it? You know, hey, listen, Dave Selyestead knows he's dealing with Levi Roberts. You're not going to step in and stop a fight because this kid is so durable. He'll fight his way through a lot of bad spots. We're going to see round number 2, looks like, Sal. Well, very dominant performance from Gabe Francis. Came out here and really took it to Levi. Look at Levi. What a great guy. He's going to help him up. You just beat the tar out of me, and I'm going to help you up. What a good guy. Yeah. Daniel Castro giving some words of advice there to Levi Roberts, letting him know that, hey, man, keep your hands up and stay out of his guard. What do you think about that? You know what? He really is. I'll tell you, you know, Daniel's been around the game, and he's cornered a lot of guys. And if there's some guy you want in your corner, it's definitely him. And you see right here, Levi Roberts making the adjustments, coming out much more aggressive to start round number 2. And he just might have Gabe Francis in a little reverse of fortunes right there. Well, you know, Levi looked like he was in a good position for a moment, but now it looks like Gabe has the back of Levi Roberts, trying to sink in a little chokehold right here. You know what? He is Levi's a hard worker, but he's no Superman, and he's done it all today. He set up the cage twice. He's been out in the sun all day long. But you see the mouthpiece came out. That's not a good sign. Oh, Levi's going 90-90 right there. It's over. Gabe Francis choking out Levi Roberts. He's doing a little herky-jerky. We've seen that move before. Usually it's me on the dance floor doing that. But Gabe Francis, a big win tonight. You know, I really thought this was going to be a very evenly matched fight, but Gabe Francis shows me he's been doing some training. He's been doing his thing. Very nice, good-looking stuff here. Levi Roberts is back conscious, and right now he's going, what happened? All right, the Amish rapper, Gabe the Animal Francis. He's got to feel pretty good about that one. It's a big win for him over Levi Roberts, and I hope we see him again. Addiction Motorsports has the baddest choppers on the planet. Check out their new showroom at 187 South Mountain Way Drive in Orem.
Levi Roberts, you showed a lot of heart out there, got out of a couple submissions. I thought you were going to get tapped out in the first round. That was a deep triangle. What keeps you going, man?
Man, you got to know that. Good Lord Jesus has on my back, man. He said guardian angels with me all week, you know? So, he's got a deep choke, though. He got a deep choke.
So, Levi, what's your plans for the future after you take down the cage tonight?
I ain't telling. Nah. Probably get a little rest and go to church tomorrow. You want to come? Come with me. You can come with me.
All right, Levi, anyone you need to thank besides for the Lord?
Yes, him. And my pops made it tonight. Grandma made it tonight. And he got that one, but he didn't get this right here, so it's all good.
Got bronze? Body Bronze Tanning has state-of-the-art tanning beds and home of the 30-second spray-on tan.
Animal, the animal. I didn't know you're such an animal, man. You're supposed to be independent. Where'd all that jiu-jitsu come from?
I train in my basement. I keep telling people I train people for free. Just come over. I need some dedicated people. Train you for free. We just beat each other's asses all day long. That's what we do.
That was a beatdown. Did he owe you money or anything nobody knows about? Because that's what it looked like to me.
Oh, I thought I owed him money the way he was hitting with that right. But nah, it was a good fight, good guy, it was great, I loved it.
What a gentleman, what a gentleman. What are your plans for the future after this W right here, Animal?
Keep training in my basement and you guys will see me soon, I know.
All right on Gabe Francis, everybody. The Animal, give it up.
Levi Roberts taking a little nap there, Salvador. Man, great fight up to that point, though.
Hey, you wasn't lying about this Francis kid practicing on his ground because I had no idea he had that artillery in him.
Well, he did, and he came in and busted it out tonight. Gabe Francis says he wants to fight again in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to that, and you know that Leviticus is going to be around each and every week. You just never know when he's going to pop up on the card. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In the middleweight division, got a couple first-timers. Casey Barnum coming all the way down from Wyoming to fight here in the Ultimate Combat, fighting a kid named Wes Spivey out of that Team Unbreakable. What do you know about it?
The Unbreakable crew, they're a force to be reckoned with out here, Mike.
Oh, without a doubt. They've got a really good crop of young guys. Wes Spivey, part of that group. Middleweight, no holds barred. Check it out. Team Unbreakable has been doing some damage on the Ultimate Combat experience as of late, and they say Wes Spivey is one of the leaders of that group. He's the guy that in practice he's pushing everybody, he's getting everybody ready to go. They call him the pretty boy, Salvador, but well, he's not so pretty.
He's not as pretty as me, I'll tell you that.
6 foot tall, 185. They call him Pretty Boy, and he's a ground and pound fighter going up against Casey Barnum. Now, Casey, they call him Bad Intentions. He's been training a little bit everywhere. Been with the Mushin group and a little bit of other places, but coming down from Rock Springs, Wyoming, 6'1", 185, and you know, this is a good-looking kid too.
I tell you what, if he's in there with Mushin, Yamasaki's got it on lockdown, so I'm pretty sure he schooled this kid real well.
I'll tell you what, anytime you see a guy coming out of Mushin, you know they're going to be very well prepared. Brian Yamasaki doing a great job of getting guys prepared for the fight. Right here, Wes Spivey coming out trying some Muay Thai. He's got the Muay Thai shorts on, and good action to get things started.
They're very active. I love watching fights in this weight division, Mike, because they stay real active.
Well, they're active, and they're big enough to hurt you. So you see Casey Barnum winding up on the back of Wes Spivey, looking for an armbar here.
He won't get it. He better not get it.
He's got it. He's got that thing on. Well, maybe not. Just missing out here. Good action back and forth between these two. Seems to be a pretty good matchup. Sal, what do you think?
I really can't comment on it because these kids obviously know a lot more than I do.
Well, you know, you got a good point. You see the United States Army folks in the front row there, all decked out in their camouflage. You almost can't see them. They're camouflaged up. But what a great venue here. Fort Douglas, great place for the fights. And, you know, these guys are loving it, man.
I thought he was going for the choke. He's got the choke.
Oh, he's got that on, Sal. That is on, and it's on tight.
It's a done
you see right there. There's a tap right there. Very impressive performance. Dave Sully said stepping in and putting a stop to those things. But Casey Barnum really putting on a show tonight.
Obviously, this circus is not in town.
Barnum and Bailey?
Yeah,
okay.
Let me get some money.
I kind of got it. Okay. Wes Spivey gave a good performance to get things started, but man, you get caught in a position, and Casey Barnum, he's got bad intentions. You should know that. He's not here to play around. He's got bad intentions.
There's really no going back when you got a choke cinch on like that.
With bad intentions. That's bad. Personalize your Croc footwear to creatively express your individuality. Choose from more than 1,100 designs at crocs.com.
All right, Casey Barnum, you had my man out there looking like Gregory Hines, man. He's out there filming Tap Part 2. What happened out there?
Well, I came in, I tried to do some kempo and throw a front kick. Didn't work out, so I said, hell with it. Wrestler at heart, always will be a wrestler. Want to go back wrestle for the college, have 2 kids. One on the way, just being a dad, working in the oil field. Love this stuff, man. That's why I thank you guys for letting me come out, man.
I see you had Yamasaki in your corner. He help you out with this fight?
Oh yeah, I've been coming down training with Team Mushin. I want to thank Team Mushin more than anything with Brian Yamasaki. Also to help me out is Ty Hamblin. He fights here once in a while. Thank you guys, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Casey, and a good victory tonight, huh?
Thank you.
In your light heavyweight division, we got a couple guys that look very, very tough. And I'm going to tell you, I could take a punch to the face. I could take a kick to the face. But what Jerry Bowling has done to his face, I'm not so sure I could do.
Let's hope Jerry could fight as much as he looks mean.
Well, you know, he's used to pain. You'll see what we're talking about. Light heavyweight nose bar. Check it out. Do not adjust your set. Jerry Bowling's face really has that stuff on it.
I like Jerry Bowling. He's been looking for a fight all week, and finally he got it.
I'll tell you what, he is one of those high-maintenance fighters. He called me like 50 times this week just making sure it was still on. But Damian Nielsen, 5'10", 205 pounds. They call him the Hunter, but looks like he just fell off the pages of GQ magazine.
Are you talking about me? You're talking about me.
Jerry the Bull Bowling, though, man, he is so ready to rock and roll. 5'10", 200 pounds. He's training over there with the Bering Jiu Jitsu guys, and he's been working the corner of the fighters for a little while. He's ready to jump in here and get this thing done.
He's got his squad going on, that's for sure. And
he's got his shirt going on. What's he doing wearing his shirt into the cage?
That is very unorthodox. We'll see how that helps him.
Maybe it's tattooed on. Maybe it's not really a shirt. Touch of the gloves, and these guys are ready to rock and roll. Jerry Bowling giving you the herky-jerky shake, and oh man!
My
Jerry Bowling just hit the canvas. Wow.
Someone call my bookie. Call my bookie.
Unbelievable. Damian Nielsen. I'll knock you down, then I'll help you up. But, wow, that thing, Jerry Bowling said, that was a pretty good shot.
Oh, my goodness. Bowling, you owe me $300, buddy.
He was bowling a 300 right there, man. He just got nailed with that big shot right down the pipe. Dave Selyustad saying, nice work, Hunter. You didn't last very long, but
for all you folks out there, I hate being wrong, and me and Mike had a little bet going on. Now I got to take Mike out back and put a whooping to him.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
All right, Jerry Bowling, man, a tough break for you out there, man. You got caught.
Yeah, it was my first fight. I knew I was coming in fighting a tough guy. That's how I wanted it. Maybe I need to work on my stand-up a little bit. The guy landed a solid punch. If it wasn't for that punch, though, I mean, the fight would have been on the ground and where I would have worked my expertise.
That is true. Everyone's got a puncher's chance out there. And you know what? Personally, I was going for you in this fight, man. But next time, huh? What do you got plans for us in the future?
I'll be back. I'm going to work on my stand-up. I was hungry. I wanted to fight. I mean, this dude's tough. I didn't want to come in here and get, a chump.
Hey, you obviously ain't no chump training with the crew that you're training with. I see Hank Levi's Wise back here. I'm sure we're going to see much more from you, Jerry.
Yeah, can I give a quick shout out to these guys?
Let's go. It's your
Hank Levi's Wise, Jiu Jitsu, Paul Tom's Academy Mixed Martial Arts. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Prana Gear, and the UCE. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you, Jerry Bowling, class act, ladies and gentlemen.
One more. I'd like to officially thank my opponent.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
Damian the Hunter Nielsen, man, you were hunting tonight, but only took you 13 seconds to catch your prey with that knockout.
I want to thank my coach, and especially my wife, my opponent. I was a little bit anxious coming into this fight, but I did exactly what Coach Aaron Garcia said. Stuck to the plan, 1-1-2. Worked out for me.
Now this is your first fight, right? Your first MMA fight?
Yeah, I've been training with Aaron for about 4 months. We've got a really, really strong team. Everybody supports everybody. We train real hard, we get beat up, and then we come here and do the same.
I mean, Team Unbreakable, they're on about a 99% winning streak right now. What is your coach feeding you down there, man? You guys are coming in here, you can wrestle, you can box, you're knocking people out, you're taking the state over pretty much.
It's that guy right there, Aaron Garcia. He pushes us hard. Sometimes we don't really enjoy it, but it's all worth it in the end.
Couple middleweights coming out here. The younger brother of Rico Rodriguez coming out here, Eric Deangelo. Good-looking kid, never fought before. Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Pete Conover, Mike, who's a traditional martial artist, doing a little mixed martial arts. Going up against Eric Deangelo, we don't know what to expect from Eric. He is Rico's younger brother. Very soft-smoking guy, though.
I saw him working out at the gym a little bit today, and I'm telling you, the kid's a good-looking kid. He's got some skills. Just getting his feet wet, though, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Middleweight nose bar, check it out.
You know what? Here's the deal. I'm coming off an injury. I'm here to see where I'm at. See what's got. This is gonna be the test. He seems like a good kid. He seems like a gentleman. I think this will be my skill, my style against his skill and his style. We'll see. We'll see who's better. So
You're here. You're ready. It's your first fight, man. It's your first time in the cage. How does it feel? Are you nervous? What are you going through right now?
I was a little nervous because I was way overweight, but I'm pretty excited about it, and I love to fight, so we'll see what happens.
Let me tell you something, Mike. Let me tell you a little something about me. I showed you what these guns can do in the Middle East. Now I'm going to show you what they can do in the cage. All right? That's what I'm here to do, okay?
I don't know, man. I'm just going to try to stand it up and throw some blows and see what happens.
No, none of that. Rico's a great guy. He's a nice guy. But his little brother's his little brother. You know what I mean? His little brother's not him. I don't know. What do you say? I mean, he wipes just like I do, you know?
What the heck does that mean, Salvador? What does that mean? He wipes like I do.
I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing.
Listen, hey, Pete Conover, maybe a little starstruck by Eric Deangelo. Eric Deangelo, the former UFC heavyweight world champion, Rico Rodriguez's younger brother.
Suavecito, little Rico.
But he does wipe just like Pete does. Eric Deangelo, 5'10", 185. Good looking kid. I got a chance to see him train just a little bit the last couple days, and yeah, he's got he's no Rico, but he's on his way there.
Hey, what about Mr. Clean? Is that the same Mr. Clean that's on the UCE website forum?
Actually, it's not, but I'm glad you brought that up. The UCE website forum, the Smack Talk. Go to ultimatecombat.com. You can get on there and talk all kinds of smack about this fight, that fight, whatever. Pete Conover, 5'11", 180 pounds, training at the UCTC. The legend, Lonnie
He's
Foster.
got a little Kenpo in his background, I see.
Kenpo, but the legend, Lonnie Foster, the referee for this contest. Nobody has refereed more MMA matches on the planet than Lonnie Foster. He's been around as long as we have, and he's going to get these guys started. A little bit of a hesitant start from both these guys.
Yeah, these guys are like filling each other out right now.
Oh, big right hand by Eric Deangelo. Landed a very nice shot. Winds up on top of Pete Conover. And Pete, I don't think he expected that.
Yeah, he's right in Pete's guard right now. Pete's going to work for positioning, it looks like. But, you know,
I think he's shaking the cobwebs out. That was a pretty good shot landed by Eric Deangelo. Once again, the younger brother of Rico Rodriguez. Great way to start the fight off, just kind of crack your opponent right upside the head. But Pete Conover looks like he might have regained his senses just a little bit, trying to work up the body, looking for maybe a submission of some sort.
Yeah, there's not a lot he could do from this position other than turn it around.
Very nice reversal right there. Pete Conover doing a good job. Now he finds himself up on top of Eric Deangelo.
Deangelo will not let go with that half guard, though. I'm telling you right now.
Nope. You know what? Pete just got full mount position, and here come the bombs. Pete doing a good job of being patient, sitting back. Here
Rain
we go.
in blood, baby. Rain in blood.
Eric Deangelo giving up his back. And what just happened? What the heck? This is the second time we've seen this happen. Pete Conover's arm came out of the socket.
Second time what, Mike? What's going on over here?
This is the second time we've seen Pete Conover in the cage twice. Both times his arm has come out of the socket. You see right there.
What is that?
That's when you know you're punching too hard, when your arm actually comes out of the socket.
What is that?
Look at that.
What just happened?
Pete's in a lot of pain right now.
I just seen something poking out of his left side of his
Eric
body.
Deangelo, I'm sure that's not the way he wanted to win it, but he comes away with a big win nonetheless. Rob Garcia, the legendary Rob Garcia, in his corner. Well, it's great to have him here, but Lil Suave getting a big win. Great Clips is home of the $10 haircut. Also pick up $10 UCE tickets only at participating locations.
Eric Deangelo, what happened out there? Looked like his shoulder came out of socket. What are your thoughts on the fight?
I was just trying to keep it standing up and trying to get out of his guard, or his mount. And it looked like it just popped his shoulder out when I twisted out of it.
All right, are we going to see you fighting again soon, or what's your plans?
Yeah, as soon as I can. Just been trying to get into shape this month. I just have found out about the fight about a month ago, so trying to get some cardio going.
All right, anyone you want to thank or anything you got to shout out?
Just my brother Rico Rodriguez helped me train, and Rob Garcia, boxing coach.
All right, let's give it up for Rico Rodriguez's little brother.
Wow. Strange night at the Ultimate Combat. Strange things are happening, and Pete Conover's arm coming right out of socket, man. What's going on?
Yeah, Mike, he's really going to have to go in and get surgery on that. That's the second time that's happened. We didn't think it was such a chronic problem, but apparently it is. Kind of takes away a little bit from Eric Deangelo. I thought was kind of winning the fight, though, but, you know, it is what it is.
Well, it is what it is. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In the middleweight division, got a couple first-timers coming out here. Johnny Muldoon and the War Machine. What do you know about these guys?
Hey, what better place to bring out the War Machine than Fort Douglas, Mike?
Well, we are right up here on the Army installation. A couple of first-time middleweights. Check it out. You bring up a great point there, Salvador Sanchez. What better place to have a war than on an Army installation? But Johnny Muldoon says, you know what? You want to have a war? I'm going to bring the big guns. He's looking like he's ready to fire off tonight.
That ain't no joke. That ain't no joke.
That ain't no joke. He's a specimen. 5'10", 184 pounds. He's an independent fighter out of Orem, Utah. But, you know, I'm telling you, Barry Warr's got his hands full tonight.
Hey, you know what? He's no slouch, though. He's been training with Mafu, the quiet one, Busta.
How do you know he's so quiet?
Yeah.
Barry Warr, 6'1", 184 pounds, training over at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. Good-looking kid himself. Got a little bit of a reach advantage over Johnny Muldoon, and Dave Sully says, keep clean, keep it straight, let's do this thing.
How about that stare down, man? These guys are like grown men out
This
here.
is what I love about these underage cards. These guys are young, but they are here and they're ready to
They're
fight.
ready to get at it.
Man, look at those fireworks starting off. Barry Warr landed a 1-2, but Johnny Muldoon shooting underneath, getting a big takedown right there.
He shoot, but Barry is not giving an inch. He is not.
Barry Warr trying to cinch up some kind of a choke, just kind of hanging on right here.
He's got rubber guard.
You know, Muldoon doing a good job of just keeping the action very frenzied right now, and now he gets Barry Warr pressed up against the cage.
Oh, he's got some action. Come on now.
That's the hardest hit we've seen. Dave Sullystead jumping in and stopping things. You cannot stand and strike in this show. And what a gentleman. He says, I'm sorry, and then I'll punch you right in your
How about that for gentleman right there? That right cross, huh?
Barry Warr lifting up and slamming Johnny Muldoon. Good action to get this fight started. And again, these guys are new. They're new to the game, and they just don't know any better. They just want to come out here and mix it up.
The chokehold. Can you...
Oh, no, he tried the chokehold. Now he gave up position, and Barry Warr finding himself up in full mount. And watch out, Sal, because the rainstorm's about to happen.
It's not comfortable at all.
Well, he was going to throw those shots, and then Muldoon said, you know, listen, why don't you choke me out instead of punch me? I'd rather that.
He's doing the tap dance. Is that the tap dance?
And the fight is over. Johnny Muldoon showed some good stuff to begin, but Barry Warr just showing, hey, I'm just a little too much for you tonight.
He's ready to go again. Look at him.
They're pretty excited about it. Those girls,
angry.
They're very upset about it,
to say the least.
How things went down. The War Machine, Barry Warr, coming on to the military installation up here at Fort Douglas and doing his thing. Very impressive job tonight. Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Johnny came out there, gave a great performance tonight, but came up a little bit short. What were your thoughts on the fight?
I just should have learned the rules better and not stood up when I was punching in the corner. I kind of wasted all my energy on that and should have paid more attention, kept my knee on the ground and just finished him right there, but just got me in that choke and just couldn't breathe, so I had to tap.
Yeah, I definitely thought that took away your momentum at that point in the fight, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. You going to be back? You going to do this again or what?
I'll be back for sure, man.
Okay, anyone you need to thank, buddy?
Just my corners, Todd and Jeremy, and all my friends that came out to watch me.
All right, well, thanks for being part of the experience, and we'll see you again.
For sure, man.
There is only one place to get all your favorite MMA gear, including UCE merchandise, and that is Against the Fence.
Barry, the War Machine Warr, man, that was lovely work out there. So, you got him tapping out there with the rear naked.
That's damn straight.
Anyone you want to thank out there? I understand you've been working with Mma Fight. Does that help your training at all?
Yeah, I like to thank Mma and everyone at the UCTC. All the coaches have been helping me out. Everyone that came out to see me.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Good luck, and good luck on the future fights, baby.
Thank you.
All right, the War Machine did his thing tonight, Sal.
Destruction, Mike. Sheer destruction. I like this kid.
That's what the War Machines are supposed to do. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In your main event, a fight that promises to be a knockdown, drag-out. Vadin, Komarov, and Drew Daniels. I am excited about this one.
I love Komarov just because he's Russian.
He looks like Ivan Drago, man. This kid is ready to knock some heads. Strap yourselves in. Light heavyweight no holds barred. It's your main event. Check it out.
I'm just excited to finally get in here. I've been training for a long time, so I'm glad to finally get to do this.
It's great. I mean, you work hard, you want to be respected by everybody, and you know, all eyes are on you when you're at the end, so it's time to come through and show them what you got.
I'm just going to go out there and do what I do, and he can do what he can to stop it, but I think I'll finish it, so.
I hope it goes my way. I mean, we've been training hard, doing what we got to do. This is a new guy, so we haven't seen any video on him, so it's kind of hard to come up with a real good game plan, but I think we've got one that'll work, so we'll see.
I like to stand up, but if it goes to the ground, I know my way around submissions, so wherever it goes, I'll be in control.
I don't know how it's going to go down. I mean, all fights are unpredictable, so I mean, just go with the flow, do what you got to do, and hopefully I come out with a win.
I'd like to thank Flawless Felons and Brotherhood Clothing. Those guys help me out, so.
We've got way too many sponsors to list, so I mean, thanks everybody. You guys know who you are. Team Unbreakable, my trainer Aaron Garcia, all my teammates, everybody that's been supporting us. Thank everybody, all the fans. I mean, we got a lot of support, so it's nice to have it.
I will say this, anytime Team Unbreakable is on the card, you can count on having a very energized crowd. These guys come out, they support, they really rally behind these teammates, and Big D, Drew Daniels, he's the leader of this squad.
Unbreakable will break you.
Drew Daniels, 6'2", 205 pounds from Salem, Utah. Very talented kid, undefeated, but going up against a guy that this guy's big, he's strong, and he's angry.
The Russian Komarov.
A Russian Vadin Komarov, Coach Kami. Part of the
Coach Kami, and he's Russian?
Right. He's 6'3".
Joseph Stalin is his cut man.
Well, I hope we don't need to see Joseph Stalin tonight, but we made this the main event for a reason. These guys are so well matched. Drew Daniels is used to just tearing through people, but look at this physical specimen, Vadin.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going against Ivan Drago, and Daniels. Let's see if he could pull a Rocky over here.
Drew Daniels trying to get the takedown, but man, I don't know that I would advise getting underneath a guy this big and this strong so early in the fight, because you're going to burn a lot of energy just trying to take this kid down, and taking some shots to the body right there.
Yeah.
Vadin really laying the leather on the body.
He's taking to the kidneys, that's for sure.
That was very nice work, but Drew Daniels showing what he's made about. That showed a lot of heart, man. He battled it through and got that takedown.
Done.
He was hell-bent on getting it, and he got it.
He's done. There's no getting out of that right there. That guillotine is cinched on, not tight enough.
Pretty much not. Drew Daniels popping his head out, and Vadin looking to end this thing early. Going for a triangle choke, though. Very nice work. We didn't see this. He did say in his pre-fight interview he knew his way around the submission game and showing it right there. But Drew Daniels neutralizing and preventing the early stoppage of this fight.
And you hear the crowd saying, Kami, Kami. The crowd is going crazy right now.
I don't know what they're saying, but they really are. This crowd is so energized. Right up here on Fort Douglas, Army installation in Salt Lake City, Utah. Man, the U.S. Army doing a good thing, bringing us up here and letting us do our thing, raising a little bit of money for the Wounded Soldiers Fund. You know, what a great event this has been. And it's all being capped off with a main event between two absolute studs. Here,
I'll drink to the boys in Iraq, I tell you that.
Drew Daniels has his hands full. He's right now, I think he's 6-0, beating everybody. He's knocked everybody out. Hasn't even gone into the second round, I don't believe, in all of his fights. But he's got his hands full right now against Vadin.
These guys are so ferocious. I don't see these guys going to the second round at all.
You know, you see a lot of energy being spent right here between Vadin and Drew Daniels. They're putting a lot out there trying to finish things. Vadin looking for an armbar
city.
But look at Drew Daniels picking him up and slamming him. Good stuff. Good action right here. Drew
and the
transitioning into a guillotine choke. Sal, this might be over.
This is over. This is...
Look how strong this Vadin Komarov is, man. He powered his way through that right there, and now he's making Drew Daniels pay.
That's the second time I was wrong in this fight, Mike, which means me and you got to fight after this.
Sal, listen, I would pick my teeth with you.
Listen, with all this aside, Mike.
Very nice. Look at Drew Daniels able to get the reversal. Now he's got Vadin pressed up against the cage, and he's got a half mount, half guard working on position here, but good stuff to finish the round.
Oh, that is not a good place to be right now. Against the cage with the arm pinched down. It's just hammer time.
Good thing for Vadin. This round is over. Dave Sutherland putting a stop to this first round. What a great round, and the crowd's loving it. I'm loving it. I know you're loving it. This is good stuff.
Hey, this is action for these big guys right now.
You know, that's the thing. You see little guys fight, and you know there's going to be a lot of action. But when you see big guys go at it like this, it's nothing but excitement. Hey, man, you do not want to go anywhere. Round 2 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, what a great battle going between Vadin Komarov and Drew Daniels. A couple big guys fighting like they're little guys, but pounding away. Look at this guy. Look at this.
There is fisticuffs of flying that first round. Let's see what they got for this round if they're not gassed out by now. Obviously
yeah, you
not.
know, I'll tell you what, that's the thing. If you see a great round like that, sometimes with these big guys, you see them start to poop out just a little bit, but it looks like these guys, not going to happen. Both these guys came very well prepared for this fight.
Yeah, can you say poop on TV?
I just did. apparently you say it twice.
And he's looking for the full mount.
Well, you see Drew Daniels starting to get that little bit of momentum. At the end of the round, you saw him start to take this fight over. Vadin coming out very strong, very powerful in the early goings, but Drew Daniels just starting to kind of get his things going his way.
God, I love being a spectator in these kind of fights, man. I really do. Komarov, don't let me down, man.
I'll tell you what, I'm guaranteeing you definitely wish you were a spectator, because these guys are hitting with bad intentions. Look right there, Drew Daniels really making Komarov pay for what he did in the early round.
He surely is. Oh,
Komarov is wishing he was in communist Russia right now.
Don't get whacked out, Mikey.
It's less painful.
Don't
Taking
get
some
whacked
big
out.
shots.
You got the commie back there, and he's eating them. He's eating them like some potatoes, I tell you that.
Wow, Drew Daniels doing a good job at trapping the arm there. And, boy, Komarov taking some big shots. I'm not sure how long he can continue to take this barrage of punishment.
He's got armbar all day. He's got armbar all day.
You know what? He doesn't want it, though.
Oh,
well, there it
yes.
is. You know, Drew Daniels, I would have stayed where he was at. Stay there and continue to pound, but he wanted to finish this thing fast.
Yes.
And Komarov made him pay for that poor decision.
Yes, Drew, don't listen to Sal next time. Just keep on punching.
You know what, though? Drew is transitioning into a pretty nice-looking triangle choke here. And, wow, the action is so fast and furious. One of our lights just went out, it looked like.
Yeah, these guys really are looking like some lightweights, and it appears to be sort of a stalemate.
No, this is not a stalemate right here. Drew Daniels looking to finish this thing fast, but Komarov coming over the top with some big shots, and that's how you really avoid getting submitted, is just by pounding your way through it. Komarov doing a great job of just that. not letting Drew Daniels cinch this thing up tight enough to make him go to sleep like we saw earlier with Levi Roberts.
He's pulling the arm, or at least it looked like he was pulling the arm.
You know what? That was a nice little transition there, actually. Drew Daniels was looking for a triangle. Well,
now he's checking his oil.
Checking his oil, and it's about a quart low, right?
He's about to be a couple teeth short of a smile.
Great second round, and again, this second round did not disappoint. Round number 1 and round number 2 between two light heavyweights has been nothing but action. Very tough fight to score between Drew Daniels and Vadin Komarov. Good stuff, Sal.
Komarov, get out of here. We're going into round 3 with these big guys?
Into round number 3, and Aaron Garcia, the coach of Team Unbreakable, doing a great job of getting these guys ready to rock and roll each and every time they come up here. I'm telling you, they put on a great show. Drew Daniels, though, he's got his hands full in this one tonight.
I tell you what, the stamina on these big guys, I can't believe we're going into round 3 as active as these guys have been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just round 3, it's round 3 with a lot of action. Drew Daniels landed a great combination, and I think Vadim's hurt.
Oh my
man.
goodness,
we got to round 3, but not very much further. Drew Daniels coming out and putting the whoop down on Vadin Komarov.
That's all she wrote, fellas.
I'm telling you right now, Aaron Garcia just threw his back out trying to lift up
he owes me $50 for that left hook right there.
These guys came up here to support, and they were not disappointed. Very impressive performance tonight by the Team Unbreakable crew, and Drew Daniels showing a little love to the fans. Wow, very nice finish to this fight. Came out round number 3, throw the 1, 2, 3, and blap, 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 it's over.
Yow.
That's Hispanic for him. Very nice job. Drew Daniels, Big D, did a great job tonight. Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
Buddy, man, that was one heck of a fight for your first fight. I was very impressed. Drew Daniels is a tough kid. He's undefeated. What were your thoughts on the fight?
He's just got a lot better conditioning than me. I thought I was going to throw hands with him, but after the first round, it was hard to keep him up, so I just basically got winded and I couldn't stay up.
Well, I can tell you, man, watching you fight, you definitely got a future in MMA. That was a great showing, even though you came up a little bit short. What's your plans for the future?
Train harder and get my conditioning up so I can show my real skill.
All right, anyone you need to thank for tonight?
Just Flawless and Brotherhood Clothing. Those guys helped me out a lot.
All right, thanks for being part of the experience. Hope to see you again soon, buddy.
Thanks.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
Drew Daniels, another impressive performance tonight. Man, that kid was tough, but you stuck it to him in the third round and took over.
First of all, you was right. That kid was a great fighter. His first fight, I mean, he come out and he brought it. I mean, I expect to see a lot of good things out of that kid because he really put up a good fight. Congrats to him.
Well, he did bring the fight, Drew, but I didn't think you were any real danger at any point in time. Your trainer here, Aaron Garcia, is doing a great job with you guys, Team Unbreakable. Aaron, what are you doing to get these guys in the shape and to win?
Oh my God, a lot of stuff, man. We train like really hard almost every single day, man. We train like 9,000 feet high and elevation, high elevation over there, and train like at least 3 hours. So it takes a lot of time for those guys. So
all right, Aaron and Drew, what are you guys' plans for the future? Unbreakable, we saw a chink in the armor tonight, just a chink, not a crack. What are you guys' plans for the future?
We're gonna, like those 2 fights that we lost, we're going to work in those guys. They're new guys, you know what I mean? Everybody get caught, so we're gonna be, they're strong fighters, you know what I mean? They're really good fighters, so we're gonna be working in those mistakes and make it perfect.
Now, Drew, what's your plans for the future? You can take a little time off. We're gonna see you again here real soon.
I'm going to take a week off so I can get off this diet I'm on. I really want some pizza and have a drink or two. And he's really strict about what we eat, how we train, all of our outside the gym habits, and you know, he treats us good, so we got to give it back to him. I'd like to thank all the fans that came out. I mean, there's a long ways for everybody to come. Thank you guys so much for coming. I want to thank Aaron. This guy's the man. I mean, he stuck by me by day one, hasn't let me down, and I don't plan on letting him down either. And again, thanks to my opponent, thanks for the UCE, thanks to Mike for putting on the show. Had a great time, can't wait to come back.
All right, Aaron and Drew, another impressive performance from Team Unbreakable, and even more impressive performance from you, Drew Daniels. We know you got big things in the future. Thanks for being part of the experience.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm talking about, Salvador. That was a great fight, and Drew Daniel shows that he is on the top of that light heavyweight division.
The bookies are going crazy.
They have to be going crazy. Vadin, though, man, I hope this kid comes back. Showed a lot of heart tonight, and I'm excited to see what his future holds.
Mother Russia.
Right, well, you know, we're right back on track next week. We got everything off the cutting room floor. We've got a lot of great fights lined up for you next week. You definitely want to tune in for that. We're going out to the Elko and doing our thing out there. The Ultimate Combat Experience will see you next week.